Hello, welcome to the video. I'm going to be taking a look at the out of action demo on my 4090. I'm going to be doing it at 4K. You can see we've got that here. Pretty basic settings, I think probably just for the demo. But you can see graphics quality here we've got set to the max, which is high. FPS limits uncapped, V-Sync's off, so let's have a look at that. So looking at this, we're almost breaking 300 FPS. Pretty crazy frame rate. But the game, I think, just had a quick look earlier. I think the game looks really cool. Pretty unique style. It is Unreal Engine. I'm not sure whether it's 4 or 5. So we'll see with the stuttering at the moment. 0.1% low, 73, so dipping down a little bit. To get used to the game a little bit as well. So you can dive as well, which is cool. I'm not sure whether it's going to be a kind of arena multiplayer shooter or whether it will be a, you know, it could even be turned into like a battle royale type vibe as well. Has potential for either, I would say. But 4K at least. Got an average of 284 there. It's not, you know, it plays pretty well. It's not any crazy stutter or anything like that. This is obviously just the demo, so I'm not sure whether on the full game we'll get, you know, any upscaling or frame generation, anything like that. Still got to wait a while for the full game, but it does look good. Only noticeably heavy things is the GPU power looks very high, sitting at around 400 watts, so that's pretty high. VRAM though looks fine, 5.5 gig. It's not an issue. I'm stuck. Having a look at the CPU as well, doesn't look too bad on that. 12%, it's pretty normal. 85, 90 watts on my CPU, it's not that bad. Oh. I'm now just going to take a look at 4K with our settings set to very low, so you can see that here. It'd be interesting to see roughly how much we're getting. So we had about an average of 300 with the settings maxed out. Looks like we're getting between 350 and 400. Some dips under 300 there. Obviously a little bit better. I mean, the FPS is kind of crazy already anyway. 300 FPS at 4K max. Going to need a new monitor at that. Need a 360Hz monitor. Where are they? But breaking 400 here, so I think your average definitely going to be a bit closer to 400. With the settings set to low. But to be honest, I mean, graphics-wise, it's one of those games where I like the art style, but you're not really noticing too much difference between, you know, ultra and low. Not really a big difference. There's one in the bush. You can get outside. Not been in this bit, have we? Get me out. That's cool. It's cool when it slows down like that. I'm not quite sure what activates the slowdown. I'm now going to be taking a look at 1440p. So you can see I've got that set here. Graphics settings are still set to the max. But at 1440p here, we're breaking 400 FPS. 450. Roughly. I'm noticing though GPU usage is down, so we had pretty much capped at 99% at 4K. 1440p here we're seeing between 80% and 90% for the most part. Seeing it drop down to even 70% there. So I'm going to notice that I think the more you drop resolution, we'll maybe check out 1080p as well. And I should imagine if we drop the graphics settings lower, it's probably going to drop that down even more as well. But it has dropped our power down from 400 watts, sitting at kind of mostly under 350, so a 50 to slightly more watts less there at 1440p, because 400 for 4K, although that's not completely unheard of, doesn't happen a lot. Like most games, it's normally lower. So a little bit of a surprise on that at 4K. But overall, I mean, I really like this game. Definitely got potential here. It's fun to play. Whoa. Heard that guy. Oh, here we go. Matrix. That body went flying. I'm going to have a quick look at 1440p with the graphics set to very low. So I wonder if we can break 500 FPS. Did just see 500, but as I thought, it's going to drop your GPU usage more. So we're looking at lows now of 65%, maybe even as low as 60. So you're not really seeing too much gain from... Although in some bits there we are breaking 500, but it's not like a massive difference FPS-wise. It'd be interesting to see what we get at 1080p as well. With that GPU usage keep dropping down, it's probably not going to be massively better. That was a nice slowdown, wasn't it? I'm going to take a look at 1080p now, so you can see I've got that set here. And graphics quality we've got set to the max again, so we've got it set to high. So it's going to be interesting to see here roughly what we get at 1080p. Straight away though, it looks like we're probably getting slightly double on 1440p. I think we had about 400 to 450 average for the most part. But it doesn't... It's kind of doing what I thought it would do, and that GPU usage has come down even more. So... we're looking at about a 60% GPU usage, which is obviously not ideal, and it's then not really giving us a massive frame increase from 1440p. I should imagine that'll just actually get even worse as we, if we switch the graphics settings down. Probably going to get even worse. VRAM and power as well here. VRAM's at about 3 gig. So super low. Power's down to almost 200 watts. Looking at 230 at the moment. So that's significantly lower. You really could get away with 1440p on this though. Not seeing a great deal of improvement at 1080p. I'm still at 1080p, but I'm going to take a look with the graphics settings set to very low. So it's doing exactly what I thought it'd do. GPU usage down to 50% there. So it's just dropped that even more, not really seeing any improvement to FPS. I'm noticing power's down though, so we're at about 170 watts now, so that's maybe down by 20 or 30. VRAM's maybe down by a slight amount as well. I didn't see where that guy went. Overall, I think the game looks pretty good. The performance looks decent. I'll definitely be looking forward to when the full game releases. Should be a pretty good one to check out. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to drop a like on the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the game and the performance, and I'll catch you in the next one.